the joint issue that's been present for years, both on and off the mats, what you're doing about it may actually be keeping you in that state. Taking medication, resting it, putting ice on it, compressing it, elevating it, addresses one thing, but that one thing isn't actually the problem. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Paul Green and I coach grapplers who want to strengthen their joints and improve their longevity within Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We get results like this and we get results like this, and we talk about them on this channel. If you want to work with me and get similar results, the link is in the description to work with me on a one-to-one basis. If you are happy with the daily educational content, then absolutely 100% subscribe to this channel. Okay, before I get into it, I need you to fully understand the words that I'm about to say, or try. And I understand that you may struggle to really absorb what I'm about to say, but I'm going to try anyway. I need to say this sentence 10,000 times for you to probably believe it. The pain is not the problem. The pain is a response to the problem. One more time. The pain is not the problem. It is a response to the problem. Most people spend most of their energy addressing the pain when the pain actually isn't the reason. They don't address the actual reason for that pain. Let's get straight into why these typical government recommended options are destroying your ability to recover from these issues and affect how you are able to grapple on the mats. Straight into it. Medication. Painkillers. So a painkiller numbs your nerves, numbs your neurology, and by taking it, yes, the pain is going to be less, but you're actually going to potentially be unaware of how your joint is moving, thus resulting in an increased risk of damage in the area because you're entering ranges of motion which you maybe shouldn't if the joint is aching. Does that make sense? So you're more likely to re-injure the area without realizing by taking painkillers because you have less awareness to that area. And basically what all of these things are going to create is they're going to create a disconnect at a time when you need to be more connected to your body than ever before. If you have a joint injury or a joint issue or a joint niggle, whatever you want to call it, you need to be connected to your body, not disconnected. All of these things create more of a disconnect between you and your most important or weakest joint at that moment in time. The next thing, anti-inflammatory medication. By taking anti-inflammatory, you reduce the amount of blood flow to an area. Blood in an area increases swelling. Yes, it increases pain. However, blood in a certain area is absolutely fantastic for repair, getting nutrients to an area, growing and getting an area stronger. We cannot repair an area without blood flow. It's simple. Without blood flow, an area will die. So I want you to really think about it. Keep that with you as I explain just how ridiculous this methodology is, and I cannot believe everybody has it in their back pocket and it's what they fall onto whenever issues come up. They remember it. Rice, everybody remembers it. It's because we've heard it off our doctor, we've heard it off our physiotherapist, we've heard it on the news, we've heard it from the government. Would the government ever lie to you? Next thing, rest. By resting, you, again, further restrict blood flow to the area. And one thing with rest is you never actually address the root cause. Just rest. Sometimes the body will improve by itself, sometimes. But by just resting, you never address the reason why that issue happened in the first place. Blood flow is good. Blood flow improves repair, regeneration, and growth of new tissues. When you should be worried is when there is no swelling, because no swelling means even less blood flow taking longer to get the area better. So rest is the last thing you should be doing. Ice. So if the anti-inflammatories haven't reduced blood flow enough, then putting ice on it as well is going to reduce that even more. It's starting to sound ridiculous me explaining this to you, but I really hope that you think that it sounds ridiculous. Because if you can walk away from this video thinking and believing that this methodology is absolutely ridiculous, then I've done my job. Me, on my one-on-one program, we do the exact opposite of this methodology, and that's how we get amazing results with people's joints, shoulders, whatever the issues are. We completely oppose this bollocks. Anyway, enough about my personal opinion, more about the education. Ice, any sort of, again, further restricting of the blood vessels, blood flow to an area. Without blood flow, the area never repairs and recovers. If the anti-inflammatories and the ice didn't reduce blood flow enough, compress the area to, again, restrict any type of blood flow that could happen. The second problem with compression is that you take the pressure off the tendons and ligaments, right? Ligaments restrict movement. That is their sole job. By restricting movement, like your ligaments in your knee, they restrict unnecessary movement at the knee. By wearing compression, you basically tell your body, oh, I don't need to restrict my knee as much because I will become relaxed. I can be lazy because I'm wearing this compression band. I don't need to work as hard. I don't need to be strong. So what it does is it weakens the ligaments by wearing this stuff. The next thing, elevation. If there is any chance of blood flow ever happening, let's just use gravity to finally reduce it even more. Like any type of blood flow that the area can get, any type of benefit and healing that the body had left, let's get rid of that as well. Remember what I'm saying, right? Swelling is good. If you get injured and you have an injury or a joint issue and it's swollen, you should be proud that your body is working. By addressing that as bad is catastrophic. I'm not joking. It's absolutely brutal. You should be celebrating the fact that a joint issue shows swelling. It's the joint issues that don't show swelling that are a little bit more complicated. By reducing that swelling, you know you're reducing the body's natural healing process, but you have been taught and programmed to get rid of pain. So by that mission of getting rid of pain, you've chose these things. It's a very easy thing to do, right? So I can completely appreciate it. And for me for years, all over this stuff, training smart, using the joint protection gear on the mats, taking painkillers. Blood flow is so important. Swelling is so important because with that blood flow, with that soreness, the swelling and the pain, it maintains you being connected to that issue and that injury. At a point in your life where being connected to an injury is crucial, because the further you disconnect from an injury, you're just going to lose awareness of where you're at. And I go back to that same sentence again. The pain is not the problem. If you're spending thousands of pounds on all of these things And I've researched this. It's it's $100 billion industry, right? Pain reduction. Remember, the pain isn't the problem. It's the response to the problem. And when you start looking to the left and going, well, what was the reason for that pain? I am no longer scared of the pain. I'm actually celebrating it, because that just means increased blood flow, and blood flow is amazing. I know a lot of yous will watch this video and you'll be like, it hurts, I'm not listening to this guy. And I know that a lot of people won't listen to this video because it hurts, and they've been told the opposite by the doctors, by the TV, by the government. And it takes a lot of reps to counteract that. But I'm posting daily. And yeah, I just want you to appreciate, if anything, the pain is not actually the problem. And trying to avoid the pain, you avoid the recovery speed massively. The gold standard in what we do in our program is we accelerate the recovery process by strategically strategically increasing the blood flow that an area has. For example, if your knee is swollen, we would still train the knee, but we train it in a way that is very safe and targets the root cause issue. Once we've strengthened the root cause issue, the pain just goes away. At no point do we use rest and ice and all of these things. We don't need to do it because it doesn't work. It's the wrong problem. You're trying to solve the wrong problem. I've repeated myself a lot this video because, again, most people believe the opposite to be true, and it's going to take me saying this same thing 10,000 times. I'm literally thinking about doing a video of me just literally saying that over and over again, and I'm sure that people would actually appreciate it, but I'm going to finish with it. The pain is not the problem. It is the response to the problem.